Okay, hello everybody, thanks for joining me. The rain looks as though it's about to start, of course, because I'm just leaving the home on the motorbike. So we'll see how we get on. Roads are very slippy today, so I've got the riding modes set to rain on this fabulous bike. I think the last half a dozen videos I've done anyway up on my channel, I've started them all by saying, unfortunately it's raining today. Just going to put the visor down. I wasn't going to stay in the house any longer. We're still in lockdown here in Ireland, and I'm sure you all know what it's like when you have a motorbike sitting in the garage and you can't go for a spin. Well, I don't know what it's like where you are. We actually can where we live, but you have to stay within 5 kilometres. And it's quite heavily policed at the minute. Of course, on this trip we're not going to see a single policeman, after I've just said that. But I don't care. I'm sticking within the restrictions, and it's the only way we'll get through this. Don't know if you recognise any of the roads, to be honest, of my previous videos. Oh, but by God, in the summer it looks totally different to this horrible grey flat day. But hey, enough of starting off with a downer. Jeepers, at least we're out on 2 wheels. And there's the first tractor. There's a guy I follow on the YouTube called the Missenden Flyer, based in England, and his bugbear is following white vans, of which every time he goes out he seems to get stuck behind a white van. Mine is tractors. lots of times, and not just in the bike, just on the bike rather, when I'm in the car, and you're in a rush to get home, especially after a day's work. And you're in a rush to get home to use the loo, to be honest, and then you get stuck behind a tractor for the last 5 miles of your journey. Oh my God, it's agony. Sorry for sharing those personal details with you. Now, for those of you who are just tuning in to my channel, you might not be aware that I've just recently hit the 1,000 subscribers mark, and that's all thanks to everybody out there subscribing, obviously, and supporting me along the way. I've just done a video which I released last night called 1,000 subs. That's up on my channel as well, so for the hugely gracious thank yous, please tune into that video, and you'll see how my journey has been so far since I started the channel 7 months ago, or 8 months ago, whatever. It all happened fairly quick, and I'm delighted with that, so thanks once again. Anyway, on with today. Oh yeah. I'm like a caged animal when I'm in the house. I'm blessed that I have a beautiful wife, and I'm extremely happily married, and 4 kids, and they're all great. All different, as I'm sure you know yourself with kids. They're all different, and there's never a dull moment. But sometimes I just need to take one of these beauties out. This is just my escapism, and if you want to come along with me, well then hop on board. Sorry I couldn't bring you any sunshine today, but it wasn't going to matter what sort of day it was. I was getting out on the bike today. It's not cold. Don't know if any of you have been tested for the coronavirus. I was last Friday. I was doing a job which required me filming in an intensive care ward for 2 weeks in Dublin, making a documentary about coronavirus, one of the many I made last year. And the end of the documentary, which was great, on behalf of the broadcaster RTE that I was working for, they insisted we went and got a COVID test so we wouldn't take the pandemic home to our families, which was very good. Anyway, in case you're all wondering, the results were negative, and I have to tell you, it was the funniest thing when I went for the test. It was the swab one, you know, where they stick the long, like, earbud type of thing down your throat and then up your nose and whatever. And when she put the swab inside my mouth and touched the back of my tongue, oh my god, like, I don't know what the word is called around the world, but certainly in Ireland and England we call it cochlear. It's where you gag, you know. And I can't open a tin of dog food for my dogs without gagging. I'm very sensitive. Oh jeepers. And anyway, she put this swab on the back of my tongue. Well, that was it. I was off. I was gagging like a sick dog. Well, then I started laughing hysterically, uncontrollable. But she had to do it again on the other side of my tongue, and that was I couldn't control myself with the laughter. Well, that sent her off, the nurse. So the two of us were in this cubicle with a queue outside waiting to come in and get swabbed. God knows what they thought was going on in there. I just couldn't hold it together. And then when I left, pulled the curtain open. When I left, I was wiping my eyes because my eyes started watering when she did the up the nose one as well, and we were still laughing. So I was wiping my eyes, she was wiping her eyes with the laughing. I'm sure everybody thought there was a bit more than a COVID test going on in there. Anyway, it was great crack. And another tractor. It's not cold, which is good. It doesn't feel cold. Oh jeepers, look at them potholes and all the loose gravel to go with it. I said in one of my very first videos last year, when I went out on the FGR, I think it was the very first one I did actually, 1 month of ownership on the FGR 1300, and I pointed out the state of the roads then. It only just gets progressively worse during the winter, obviously with all the rain and the snow sitting on the roads, but there's then a huge clean operation around here, normally sort of February, March time, filling in all the holes. Ah, great to be out. And what a brilliant bike to be out on as well. I always feel more confident on this, and I don't know, it's probably mind over matter because of the riding modes. Much more confident on this than I do the FJR or indeed the Enfield. I wouldn't be going any sort of stupid speeds on the Enfield anyway. But this does just instill a nice underlying confidence with the different riding modes, and the power in this bike, whilst at top end it's phenomenal, it's not exponential, so it doesn't just sort of kick in all of a sudden. It's a very smooth power curve. That's what I find anyway. A lot to do with the gearing as well. Of course, coming from the FGR that only has 5 gears, so This has 6, of course, so you can obviously spread the power a lot smoother over the 6 gears. Quite a few people out for a pandemic. This is a good little spin out. Like I say, it's within the 5k of where I live, but again, just to keep the head right, it feels as though you're going a lot further. Well, you are really. I mean, you're going in circumference. Oh boy, I can't wait for the spring. I've got some really great trips planned. Bloody tractors, honest to God. I must admit, it's on days like this that I often think, should I have gone for a heated seat? The handle grips are unbelievable on this bike. In fact, they're too hot when you're on the double setting, so I always have it just on the single setting. I'm just giving my tyre pressures a quick once over there as well. Should really get into the habit of blowing the tyres up on here and checking them with a proper tyre inflator, as I do with the other bikes, but then the other bikes don't have the digital readout. I always think the digital readout is going to tell me the truth, but maybe he's never trust a computer 100% anyway. Now I feel as though I'm out in it. Nice open space. Christmas tree made of tyres left over from the festive season. As many of you will know as well, since I started this channel, I'm a bit too ridiculous about keeping my bikes clean. And indeed last year, no sooner I would get home after being out on a spin, sometimes even 15-20 minutes, I'd have the hose out, I'd be washing it, I'd have the motorcycle dryer out. But for some reason with this bike, I don't know, maybe it's, again, because it's in my head as my all year round bike, I don't bother cleaning it after every ride. I mean, it upsets me when I see it dirty, of course, and then I'll feel compelled to wash it, but certainly not after every ride. Maybe I'm just getting lazy in my old age. Nice to see the green grass of home. If only YouTube didn't have copyright restrictions with music, I could be playing you in songs like the green grass of home. And I've noticed a few times I've said on days like this, that's one of my favourite Van Morrison songs as well. Give me 2 wheels any day over 4. I don't know what it is. Don't know if you can see the windmills over to the right a little bit on the horizon. Actually, we're climbing up the hill a bit, but they're just enveloped in fog there. I used to use these windmills back, well, last summer. I'm sure a few of you know I fly paramotors as a hobby as well, and I use these windmills as a navigation point to find my way home. Come in very handy. They're not just windmills to me, they're my beacon. My own little Irish airport, or control tower. It's raining quite heavy now. I don't know what the footage is going to look like with the rain all over the lens, especially with the wide angle lens mod on, because the wider the shot is, obviously it's going to capture more rain. Be interesting little test, this. And I said it about this bike, sorry, just seen those 2 potholes there going around the corner. I said it about this bike when I first got the bike, but the airflow just completely goes around you. And it's the same now that I'm riding out in stronger winds and worse weather. I notice even the rain, although it's going on my visor alright, but it doesn't feel as though it's going on my clothes, which is great. And you know, somehow, no matter if you're wearing a neck warmer or not, you always leave that little bit of skin between your chin and the top of your chest. There's always a little bit of skin exposed. It doesn't matter how many layers you've got on. And that little bit of wind will always find its way in there, or indeed that bit of rain. And it's never good, especially if you have to stop, take the gloves off, sort that out, and then off you go again. I'd rather just keep riding on. But anyway, on this bike, that doesn't happen, because it really does divert the air over the top of you and around you. It's just, I just love this bike, if you haven't been able to tell already. Sorry to keep harping on. That's one of the things I do find difficult, running a channel where, I have to be honest, my forte seems to be more about the spins out. I mean, I have reviewed bikes, but only the 3 that I have, that I own. I mean, I'm not in a position to be given bikes by motorbike shops or anything just yet. Hopefully that will come. So my channel is sort of developed with me just taking a few spins out, going places, and quite often taking the drone with me and giving you a little bit of history about the place we've gone to visit, and so such as that, really. I love doing that. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love it. I'm just wondering, spread around 3 bikes as well. I know my first bunch of subscribers hopped on board, pardon the pun, because of the FGR. I don't know how you felt when I then got the Enfield, but then I got hundreds of subscribers from India as a result of me driving the Enfield. And then of course I got this bike back in October or November. Oh, I'm not going right here, sorry about that. Next roundabout, turn right. So I don't know how you all feel when you tune, like, I hope you know what I'm trying to say here. Sorry, I can't multitask. I hope you know what I'm trying to get at here. The FGR subscribers, I hope you don't mind when a video comes along with me on the BM, and vice versa, and so on. Maybe leave in the comments what sort of things you'd like me to concentrate on in the future. Like I say, now that there's 1,000 subscribers, the pressure is off, and I'd really like to tailor my videos for you more. I mean, after all, I'm making them for you guys, for an audience. I mean, I'm still going to go out and ride my bikes anyway, whether I make a video or not. I do enjoy it, enjoy it massively, making the videos for you. I think I'd enjoy it more if I was sort of tailor making them, you know, when you were able to tell me what style of video to keep coming up with, you know. I was just checking that car there, wasn't an unmarked cop. He gave me a good look as well. I'm sure he was thinking the same about me. But I've nothing to worry about. I'm within 5k of my house. It's okay. Now, for those of you who are eagle-eyed, you'll have seen the road I'm on now a good few times. These are the twisties leading back to where I live, and in the summer, oh my god, it's like being on a racetrack. It's just incredible. Very little traffic on it, and I've always said these roads must have been designed by a planner who had a motorbike. So anyway, yeah, back to that, folks. Please, I won't take offence if you want to try and tailor my videos more for your liking. I'll take all suggestions and ideas on board. And it's one of the things I spent Christmas thinking about, you know, how can I really streamline and make my videos more appealing, not just to new subscribers, but to the ones like you guys who are already here. I know I'm trying to grow the channel, and I hope that will happen naturally, organically. But I don't want any of you guys to leave, so please, like I say, just pop it in the comments below. Tell me what you want to see me up to on the bikes, and like I say, I'll take everything on board. One of the things I am going to do this year, and it'll probably, as soon as the springtime comes, and I don't mind divulging this with you, I'm going to be going on a 3 or 4 day trip up around the Northern Irish coastline. I think the official name for the route is the Northern Irish Coastal Causeway or something like that. Should double check that. But that just looks an amazing trip on a bike. I've done it in the car. Well, not actually in one journey, but I've been up there a lot in the car, and it's only stunning. It's absolutely beautiful. There's a distillery up there as well, Bushmills Distillery. So that'll definitely feature, whether it be on camera or off camera, it'll definitely be featuring in my trip. The weather is worsening. They're talking about gale force winds today, and indeed when I was getting on the bike before I headed off there, I mean I was quite sheltered at the house, but I was noticing the trees. That's a visual I always do whenever I go out flying. Just do a quick visual at the top of the trees, and if they're bending over too much, then go back inside the house and forget about it. It's not quite as extreme as that on a motorbike. How long have I been blithering on for? I came out with nothing to say. I'm still chatting on. Forgive me. It's like having me friends along with me or something. It's great. It's like having a day out with me mates. That's the best compliment I can pay you all. Come here anyway. I'm probably going to go now because the camera will be getting soaked, and whilst they say that the GoPro itself is waterproof, I believe that the media mod, which is what I have wrapped around the GoPro for the microphone just to plug straight into the back, I believe that isn't waterproof. So I'm going to switch everything off, and I'm only 2 minutes from home now. See what I mean about these roads? Amazing. Great to have you along again, folks, and thanks for tuning in. Once again, I'm Dave Perry for Wheelie Good TV. Over and out.